Hi everyone, this is Shelley with KTSY and I am here to do your 2016 Fall Celebration training video. So first of all, just want to tell everyone thank you so much for volunteering to come and help us answer phones and take gifts for this pledge drive, and we just cannot thank you enough. We can't do it without you, and we just appreciate your willingness to come and spend some time with us and talk to some people on the phone, and we just can't do it without you. And just want to tell everyone too, when you come, don't be nervous. If this is your first time, don't be nervous. Just come, relax, have some fun. We try to have a lot of fun when you're here, and come hungry because we are going to feed you lots and lots of food. So when you start, when a caller calls in, you're going to have a computer with this screen right here up on the screen. And we've really tried to make this as easy as possible. So really, you're just reading through a script that we have here. And you're going to notice we've got KTSY and Project 88.7, which is our new station. And we're doing a fall celebration for both of these stations. So you're going to get some callers calling in for both, and I'll show you how we'll take care of that here in just a little minute. So to begin with, we're going to, when they call in, you're going to answer the phone and you'll begin reading below. So you would say, "Thank you for calling Fall Celebration. This is Shelley. Would you like to give today?" And then they will ask them if they would like to spell their first and last name so that we get an accurate name. So first off, up here for volunteer name, you're going to enter in just your first name. Oops, if I could type right, that would help. Just put in my name here. And then when they give you the spelling of their first and last name, you'll just enter it here. So I'm just going to put me in here. And just a little note here, if the caller is very obviously a minor, we are going to ask to speak to their parent to make sure that it's okay that they're giving. And we're going to enter in the parent's name right here, and then we'll enter the child down here. So we'll say that there's a family member that they would like to be included on the gift down here. Now, we're not going to ask, are you a minor? We're just, if this is very obviously, you know, like a 5-year-old calls or something and wants to give, it's going to be very obvious that they are a minor. But otherwise than that, we're not going to ask or anything. We're just only going to ask that if it's very obvious. And then again, on-air mention, if some people just they want to remain anonymous, they don't want their name to be mentioned on air. So if they mention that, you're just going to click this little box right here. Now, we're not going to ask them that. We're only going to check this box if they request it. So then we would say, yeah, is there a family member you'd like to include on this gift? Most likely it's going to be a spouse. Sometimes it's not, but we'll click yes here. And then we'll enter in the family member name down here. And then the relationship is either a spouse or a child. And then we're going to ask, can I get your phone number in case we get disconnected? I'm just going to enter in the station number here. And it's important that you add the dashes in here. This field is specific that way, and it wants that information. So then scrolling down, we're just going to ask them, did you hear about Fall Celebration on KTSY or Project 88.7? So this is where we will note where the gift is going to, which station it's going to. And just a little note here, if they say, oh, both, we listen to both, we're just going to automatically default to KTSY unless they were to specify Project 88.7. So then we will ask, have you given to KTSY or Project 88.7 before? Now, for me, normally, if they've said that they've heard about it on KTSY, I'm just going to ask, have you given to KTSY before? If they call in and they say they're calling from Project 88.7, I would just say, have you given to Project 88.7 before? So then if I click yes, you're going to notice that some different options are going to pop up. And so if they've given to us before, we're going to ask, are we automatically deducting your gift each month? Based on what you check, there's going to be other options that pop up. So if we say yes, we're automatically deducting their gift every month. Then we will ask them, well, what kind of a gift would you like to make today? there's going to be three types. They can either renew their current monthly gift, maybe they want to increase their current monthly gift, or they want to make a single gift. So then we will click the different options based on what they tell us. And then again, this form is very intuitive. Based off of the information you put in, it's going to give you different options. So if they want to renew a current monthly gift, we'll say, well, how much are you currently giving each month? And this doesn't have to be exact. A lot of people know exactly, but some people think, oh, it's around $30, I think. That's perfectly fine. We can just enter in the $30 here, and that's fine. Some people will say, well, I want to increase my current monthly gift. In that instance, we would say, well, what is the total you would like to give every month? Maybe they say $35. Then we will ask them, and how much of this is an increase in your monthly giving? And again, some people might say, oh, shoot, I don't know. I think right now I'm giving $25 a month. So the increase then would be the $10 a month. If they say I would like to make a single gift, then we'll just populate how much they would like to give for the single gift. Maybe it's $5. So let me come back here and say we are not automatically deducting a gift every month. Then our options are, what type of gift would you like to make? If they want to make a monthly gift, we'll just enter in the monthly amount there. If they want to give a single gift, then that single gift field will pop up here. If we come back and say, I have not given to KTSY or Project 887 before, then your only options are what type of gift would you like to make is monthly or the single. So we're going to go ahead and leave this here as a single gift, and we'll ask them, let me get your contact information. So then we can enter in an email address. Now, this is not a required field. The required fields have this little red asterisk by them. This is not a required field. So some people don't have email addresses. Maybe they don't want to give it to us. If they do, great. We love to have that information. If not, it's just not a requirement. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put in mine. And then we'll ask for the address. I'm just going to put the station address here for this particular instance. Then the next question that we're going to ask is, can I set this to come off your credit or debit card automatically today? If they're wanting to use their credit or debit card to pay, then we would say yes. And you'll notice then there will be information that will pop up down here for their credit card. You would ask them what their name on their credit card is, their type of card, put in the card number, enter in their expiration date, and then the CVC code, which is the 3 digits on the back of the card. For American Express, it's the 4 digits that are found on the front of the card. So then you would enter in that information, and following down, we would ask them, why did you decide to give today? And just put any notes in here about why they decided to give. Just a note as well, please do not enter any confidential data below. For example, we're not going to put any credit card numbers or bank account numbers down here in any of these boxes. There's a space down here for notes regarding the conversation, prayer requests. The reason being is the fields up here for credit card numbers are very secure, but these boxes down here are not secure. So we would never, if they say, oh, here's my credit card number, don't charge it today, but here's my credit card number or something, we would never put that down here. Or if they said, oh, I want it to come directly out of my bank account, that is an entirely different process for us to pull out, and we would just put maybe a note down here to please contact. And that it would be perfectly fine. But otherwise, we would not actually enter in that number. So I'm going to scroll back up here a little bit because we're going to go through some different scenarios. We're going to say we're going to give a monthly gift. We'll say the monthly gift is $1. And I want to show you a few different other options that will pop up when that is selected. So when we choose a monthly gift and we say, yes, you can take it off of a credit or debit card automatically, there's going to be a few more items that we need to fill out. Because when somebody's gift comes out monthly and we're automatically going to take it out every month, we offer either the 3rd of the month or the 18th of the month for that to come out. So if I click the 3rd of the month, then I'm going to ask them, with your automatic monthly withdrawal, we'll take out your first payment today and then take out the next payment next month. Is that all right? And what this does, some people may say, yeah, you know what, go ahead, take that first payment out today. We would click yes, and I want to scroll down to the bottom of the page here and show you a little trick that we've added. We've added this total to be charged to your debit or credit card today field. And what this does is it allows you, while you're entering in the data, to know exactly what is going to be charged to their credit card immediately today. If we say no, we don't want to take the first payment out today, we'll just wait until next month. Then if we click no and scroll down, you're going to see the total to be charged to the card has now changed to 0. This is just a great extra check. If you, before you click the next button, you know the conversation you've had with them on the phone. If they've been saying, you know, oh no, I can't, it can't come out today, I don't want it to come out today, you always want to make sure that this total to be charged to the card today is 0. That's kind of your extra little double check. So we do have an option in the form that will tell us whether or not the card has actually processed. So I am going to pause this video. I'm going to put in an actual credit card number that is going to fail, and I want to show you guys what happens when that happens. So I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so we are back. I've entered in credit card information and scrolled down to the bottom, and you will see here that the total to be charged to the debit or credit card is today. I'm going to click next, and once we click next, it is going to bring us to the confirmation page, and we ask that you keep the caller on the phone just as you quickly review through the pledge, any spellings, if there was any confusion while you were setting up the pledge, just run through it really quickly. And then again, if you're using a credit card to pay today, keep them on the phone until successfully submitted, and I'll show you why that's important here in just one second. So we show my name, our address, phone number, email. The gift that's being given is with $1. Here's a recap of the credit card information that has been put in with only the last 4 digits of the card. And again, we show the total that will be charged to your debit or credit card today. Again, this is just a really like a last minute, make sure we look at this. So if they've said, you know, I do not want anything taken out today, wait until next month, or you can't take anything out until Friday, or whatever it is, you're just going to double check right down here that would be 0. But for this particular one, we do want to charge something today. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit form. And I have purposefully put in the wrong expiration date. So this is the screen that you're going to see if there is an error in the credit card. So it says error processing payment, the credit card has expired. So we want to click the back button right here and not the browser back button. So we will click back, and then we'll go back to the previous, and it will have kept everything that we put in here, except as we scroll down, you'll notice that it has blanked out the credit card number. This is why it's so important to keep them on the phone until it has submitted successfully, because once you click that back button, it will keep everything except the credit card number. So that just saves us from needing to call them back and get that information again. If you see an error code that says AVS mismatch, that means that the zip code that was entered up here does not match the billing zip code that is on the credit card down here. So that's those are the 2 most common errors that you're going to see. So for this particular training, I'm just going to say no. We're not going to take this off of a debit or credit card today. And as you follow through down at the bottom of the screen, we'll ask again, like I've covered, why did you decide to give today? We'll put any notes in there regarding that. Then we'll ask if you have a prayer request. And prayer requests are confidential, and only Chaplain Anthony sees that. They will not be read on air at all. So if somebody does have a prayer request, we'll click yes, and then we'll enter in their prayer request details in this box. And then Chaplain Anthony gets an email that just tells him that this person has requested prayer, and here is why. And then we've talked about using this space to enter any notes regarding your conversation. Now, another thing that's important is if you've got somebody on the phone and they just have a great story, and they're really passionate about the station, and we love to record those stories and play them on air because they really do inspire other people. So if they speak clearly and audibly, and they've got a great story, then ask if you can transfer them to extension 5008 to get that story. That it really does just inspire others when they hear those stories on the radio. Again, though, if they're giving a credit card, you would want to keep them on the line on the phone before you transfer them, and then you would click next and go through the confirmation page again. Here's that extension again. So when you click submit, I'm going to go ahead and submit this again. We're not billing anything to a credit or debit card right now. So you'll notice now that it processed just fine. I did not get any error, and the way I know that it processed is it brought me straight back to a fresh page to enter a new gift. Everything is blanked out and ready for our next caller. One thing that we do have that is a little different this year is we've had, with everyone getting the new credit cards and debit cards, it has really taken a toll on the people who are giving automatically. And we have the 3rd or the 18th of the month that we'll withdraw a monthly gift, and we've been seeing anywhere between 80 and 100 people erroring out every month. And so that's 80 to 100 gifts that we are not getting every month. And then, we've been having that issue for about the last 4 months, so you can see how that compounds. And so this drive, we are really going to be making pleas on air for people to call and just make sure that they are currently giving, and that we are currently taking it out of their credit or debit card. So everybody on the laptop that you're working on is going to have one tab open to the form stack form, and then you'll have another tab that says electronic giving database. So if we're going to be asking for people to call and just make sure that their information, their credit card information is updated. If somebody calls and they say that, I just want to make sure that that you guys are currently taking out my gift every month, and that that you have my updated credit or debit card information. You're just going to click to the other tab, and now this is just an example of what you're going to see. But we're going to have a database of people. It's going to be sorted by their last name, so you will ask for their name and look them up by their last name. Now, it's important to note that the people on this list are currently giving electronically. If they are not on this list, we are not currently deducting any gifts electronically, and you would want to go ahead and add a new gift over on this form. And another thing too is if you do talk to someone, let's say Bob Moore calls up and he wants to double check and make sure that we have his correct information. I am requesting that every person that you talk to who is on this list, that you just put a little note over here. And the note can be as simple as just saying, this is current info. You can say, please call, they need to update, or you can just put in any notes in here. But I'm just requesting that if they do call, I would like to know how many people have called and updated, and how many people we have their current information. So if you talk to anybody on this list, then I'm just asking if you can put a quick little note over here in this column. So let me just tell you a little bit about what you're going to see on this screen. You're going to see their name. Again, it's going to be sorted by their last name. You're going to see the date that we withdraw their payment. We offer the 3rd or the 18th. The constituent ID is our internal number that we give them. Most people will not know this off the top of their head, but if they do, this might help you find them. The current monthly amount that we are taking out, the payment method that we are taking out, either we're taking it directly out of their bank account or we're taking it off of a credit or debit card. The credit type, if it's coming out of a bank account, it's going to be a checking account. If it's coming off of a credit or debit card, it's going to be, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, all of those. The expiration date, checking accounts, if we're taking it directly out of a bank account, they are not going to have an expiration date. This is actually very nice for us because we don't have to try and track down a new card number or new expiration date every time that changes. So there will be no expiration date for a checking account. However, there will be expiration dates for credit or debit cards. The cardholder name is just the name that's on the card. Again, if it's a bank account or a checking account, there will be no name. And then for security purposes, we're only showing the last 4 digits of their credit or debit card or their bank account number. So if it's a bank account, this number is going to be the last 4 digits of their account number. If it's a credit or debit card, this number is going to be the last 4 digits of their credit or debit card. So I think that is most of the information that I wanted to show you, all of the new things that we have added. We are so excited that you are coming to help us. We really cannot do this without you, and we just can't express our thanks enough to you that you would take time out of your day to come and spend it with us and help us during our pledge drive. And we just appreciate you very much, and we will see you when you get here.